And welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video, everybody. And we are at the beach, and I am in a suit, a full suit, because I am just left traveling my offices, visiting with people, having a wonderful week already. And I am here in Carlsbad, California, and I wanted to shoot a video at the beach, and partly to flex on those of you who were telling me I need to move out of California, as you put it in the comments, and how horrible this place is because of the taxes. Well, I get that, and believe me, I don't like it either. But here's why I stroke the check. Some of you are freezing your asses off right now, and some of you are sweating in humid areas. Maybe, maybe not. Some of you in snow, but I'm not. This is where I'm at, and this is my world, and it is incredible. That is my car parked right on the sand, and I am out here on the beach in a suit with no shoes on. Wasn't going to destroy those shoes. And today we want to talk about, well, I want to talk about the markup prevention that the flipping prevention that Elon Musk at Tesla announced a few days ago that has since been walked back, and why that hasn't happened at Dodge and some of the other manufacturers, and how Dodge really fumbled the whole flipping issue with the Demon 170 and even the Hellcats, but mainly with the Demon 170 when it comes to flipping markups with all the other cars, and how it could be prevented in the future with one simple solution, one simple change, which is basically dealer direct to the consumer. So with Tesla is direct consumer. You can go to their website and you can order a car, put your deposit down, and that car will show up to the dealer, and you show up and you buy that car. Costs you nothing more than sticker, manufacturer's happy with it, and everything's good. There's no one in between. But with Dodge, Ford, Chevy, and every dealership out there, other than I think Rivian and Lucid and some of these electric cars, the dealer gets a hold of the car at an invoice price and then sells that car to us at a ridiculous markup. But even then, the reputable dealers who decide we're gonna sell it for MSRP, we're gonna go ahead and honor that, we're gonna be the good dealer. Well, those dealers still get screwed, because what happens is, what's happening now, is the car ends up getting sold to a buyer who acts like they want the car, and then that buyer turns around and flips that car. So what did Tesla decide to do? What did Elon Musk decide to do? He said, he put in their terms and conditions when you order a Cybertruck, that if you get the Cybertruck, that if you sell it within a year, he's going to nail you and sue you for $50,000, or the profit that you took. Now, I don't know about you all, but I don't want to get sued by Elon Musk. I don't want to get sued by a giant company like that, and a billionaire, because I don't think I'll fare very well if I do. So what that does is it prevents people from flipping the cars. And I don't know about you all, but the capitalist side of me thinks, man, that's just un-American. But after all we've been through, I gotta think I'm good with it. I think I'm good with them putting some huge teeth in their contract, so that people who want the cars, so they can drive the cars, enjoy the cars, and own the cars, to be able to do it at MSRP. So I'm gonna propose, and I would love your, and I'd love your opinions on this, is I'm good. I would be good if the dealers all said, here's the deal. Not the dealers, the manufacturer said, if they sell the car, if the dealership sells the car for more than MSRP, the dealership would have to pay them $50,000 or whatever the profit they make is. Now, I understand that sometimes, or there's some possibility that franchise laws would prevent that. But if there was a way that Dodge could implement something like that, that would force the dealers to sell at MSRP or have their profit disgorged from them, and then sell it to one of us, and we agree not to sell that car for a year or have to disgorge that profit to them, I hate to say it, I'd be okay with that, because it'd put the cars back in the hands of the people that absolutely love them, that like to drive them, that will enjoy them. Unlike what's happening with the Demon 170s right now, which is they're hitting the market like crazy by flippers and dealers who faked buyers' names and are now selling them for ridiculous, or at least listing them. They're not selling necessarily, but listing them for enormous, ridiculous prices. So do you think, would love to know what you think about this. Do you think, and would you be okay with a $50,000 clause for a year requirement to own that car before you sell it? I'm thinking I would. And I'm thinking what Dodge did when they rolled out the Demon 170 orders and said, well, those that are purchased at MSRP will be built first, and that's going to solve the problem. And what we're finding out now, that it's all happening in front of our eyes, is it didn't solve anything. As a matter of fact, it only made things worse. The dealers got crafty. They sold people second cars with markups. They sold them lug nuts for $10,000, $50,000. They sold them tinted windows for $50,000, whatever it is. So there's nothing that they did that worked. If anything, it just made it worse. So I'm going to go on record and saying I'd be happy to sign something for the Demon 170 that says I won't sell that thing for a year. I'd be happy to sign something saying if I do, the warranty's void as well. I don't mind, because I plan to buy the car, to use the car, enjoy the car, drive the car, and make the car mine, not flip the car. I think anything we can do, anything that the manufacturers could do to dissuade people from flipping them would help. But here's the problem. They can't stop us from flipping them until they stop the dealers from marking them up and hoarding them and raising the price to the moon. Because it wouldn't be fair to restrict us from being able to sell the cars after we buy them if the dealers don't have the same restriction. So they simply need to put two restrictions in. One for the dealership and one for the consumer. And that would stop everything. And it would frankly save the dealership model from being extinct by companies like Tesla that will sell direct to the consumer and avoid these franchises that gouge the living crap out of us. So aside from franchise laws that prevent manufacturers from doing this to the dealers, I'm thinking the dealers and the manufacturer, they might want to get together and agree to a couple things. One, let's just use Dodge for example. Dodge needs to reduce the price, the invoice price on their cars, to allow for enough profit for a dealership to survive with massively increasing expenses tied to this EV farce that they're all having forced down their throats. And they'll still be profitable despite the strike and everything else. They'll still be profitable. They just need to move it a little bit. And then have the dealer, in exchange for that, have the dealerships agree. Any sharks out there, man? No? Still got all your limbs? Check your fingers, you good? There are sharks out there. Have the dealerships agree in exchange for that slight discount in their invoice price to sign on not to do markups. And if they do, they have to share the profit with Dodge or disgorge that profit back to the manufacturer, which would stop them from doing it, but it would allow them to have a little bit of profit. And I think that's where everybody wins. Manufacturer gets more cars sold, the buyers, the consumers end up getting to buy these cars for MSRP. The dealerships get a little bit more margin that makes this make sense, because now with all the cars for sale, now they have a margin problem along with the supply problem. So I'm not saying I feel bad for the dealerships, but man, they are hurting right now. And that pain could lead to extinction for a lot of dealerships. And I know you're going to say, well, I don't care. I hope they all go away. I'm going to say, yeah, if they don't change their ways, I'm fine with them going away too. But I'm thinking this is the solution. They make a deal. The dealers and the manufacturer, they make a deal so that they can compete with companies like Tesla. Elon Musk walked back his $50,000 threat, took it out of the contracts last few days because of all the backlash he was getting. And I would just if I could reach out to him and say, stick with it, man, because those Cybertrucks are going to get sold off at ridiculous prices, because the word on the street is it's going to take a decade to fulfill all the orders. And I'll admit to this very embarrassing fact that under the influence of 3 martinis at the mall with my wife, I may have put a $100 deposit down on a Cybertruck before I grew so much hatred towards EVs. And, you know, look, if it got delivered, I wouldn't want it, but I'd probably want to flip it. But his $50,000 threat or disgorging me of the profit I made on the car would make me bail out of that car, that Cybertruck, and let someone who actually will love it, use it, drive it, enjoy it, buy it. Sounds like a happy ending to me. Sounds like a good ending to me. So with that, folks, I don't know how this video came out walking on the beach with the sun behind me, but I do appreciate you all watching my channel. I appreciate you watching the videos, and I love your opinion in the comments below. Let me know what you think, if that would work, or am I out of my mind? And it's very, very likely I'm out of my mind. But I'm just thinking something has to change, or these dealerships, the models are toast, as companies like Tesla do what they're doing. And by the way, Elon Musk did say, even though they took that out of their contract, they're still dissuading people from doing it, pushing them not to do it, and saying that they may take some sort of action. And that action could simply just be saying, we'll never sell you another car again. He could do that. He could say, we're never going to sell you another car again if they catch you doing it. And if these people really love those Teslas, they won't be able to get another one unless they're buying it used on the secondary market with a humongous markup from someone who did get it for sticker. So it would come and bite them later on anyways. So they're not just letting up. They're sticking with it. So with that, everybody, there is a truck driving on the beach. That is the lifeguard coming to make sure nobody got eaten by sharks. All right, everybody, please like, subscribe, comment, share this video if you think it'll help anybody. Share your opinion in the comments below. I'm gonna go put my shoes back on and jump back in my car and go grab some dinner. Have a good one. Bye-bye.